Check it out. I'm here at GDC 2009 with Epic's Mark Rain. Whether you call him Purple Rain, Chocolate Rain, he is Mr. Unreal Engine. So,
How
Mark,
you doing, Ray?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good.
Always great to see you. Let's talk about Unreal Engine 3. What are you doing here at GDC with Unreal Engine?
Well, at GDC, we come every year. We set up this kind of private expo suite. We invite a lot of our licensees and people who want to become licensees to come check out new features. This year we have basically three themes. You know, Unreal Engine 3 is a really good product. It's very mature now. It runs beautifully on all the consoles. We've shipped double-digit million-selling games between us and our customers. And so, but what we're showing is kind of the evolution of the technology. And this year, the three features we've chosen to show out of all, tons of new features we've had since last year are our new global illumination lighting system we call Unreal Lightmass, and basically improves the visual quality for our licensees' games. We have a new data acquisition and analysis system called the Master Control Program, kind of Tron-like. Unreal MCP, and that is basically you're able to collect data from anywhere within an Unreal environment and then look at it visually overlaid on top of a diagram of your level and be able to see, for example, if you're making a racing game, you could see where, what speeds people achieved at certain points in the track, where cars overtook, where the crashes happen, things of that nature. And of course, in shooter games, the demo we're giving is showing you all the kills and all the deaths and broken down by each weapon, by time, etc. And we've actually, not only do we use that system in the development of games, so used to basically to create a better game from the beginning, but we've also now used it with Gears of War 2, for example, to capture data out in the field. And we've got millions and millions of hours of data of people playing the game, where we now can see exactly who died where, what weapons are most effective, and it helps us tweak the game. And we're using that in our updates and our DLC as well. So that's a feature that lets customers actually make better quality gameplay, improve the games. And then the third one we're showing is kind of on the content side and the development productivity side is our new content browser. And it's a very visual environment that lets people basically find all the assets they need to use within their game in a much more productive way than they ever could in the past. And we brought kind of the concepts you see in programs like Flickr of tagging different assets and creating collections. And so the artists tell us that this really takes hours out of their week of hunting and pecking and searching for things, for assets they want to put in the game. So that's it. It's those three things. It's productivity, it's performance and visual improvements, and it's making better games. Unreal Lightmass is a global illumination system. It produces unbelievably realistic bounce light, radiosity lighting. It takes a village to obviously do all those calculations. So what we've also created as a co-system, which could process any kind of data, but right now we're mainly using it for Lightmass, is this Unreal Swarm and the ability to set up a distributed farm of machines that will go out and process the information for you. So with Unreal Lightmass now, instead of putting potentially 100 lights into a scene or 1,000 lights into a scene, you can do the same work with a couple of lights. And so it really does make management of the levels a lot easier, improves productivity a bit, but the main value is it's just a much more realistic lighting system. So we've made a big improvement in visual quality of the lighting systems in Unreal Engine 3. The new Unreal Engine 3 content browser is all about productivity. It's all about letting people, you get with games like Gears of War, even smaller games, we're dealing with hundreds of thousands of assets in a game. I mean, every little piece of trim has to be cataloged somewhere. You have to be able to find it. You have to be able to get it in. You have to be able to put it in collections. So what we've done is we've created a really nice modern user interface where we can users can create tags for all the different assets and choose, a light post could have 3 different tags, maybe a tag based on the environment it's from, a tag based on the fact that it's a light, a tag based on the fact that it's a post, things like that. And so it's really easy for now. The artist can create collections. So it's like a painter would have his own palette. That's what the content browser lets you do. But more importantly, when you're looking at all these things, it's actually showing you the actual object right inside the editor, so you can zoom in, make it pretty much full screen, and you can actually see the real object right inside there. So you can go from all these little thumbnails and zoom all the way up to a full world-size view. What's great about MCP is this is an improvement where the other improvements are productivity and quality. This is an improvement directly aimed at improving the gameplay, at finding opportunities to actually improve the quality of your game and especially the flow of your game. So basically what it is it's a database system where the game is constantly, when you're running, the game is constantly feeding back events that you decide that you want to track. Like for Gears of War, we're feeding back kills and deaths and by every single weapon type and every single map and every single location. So what we end up is a lot of data. Now with MCP, we can display that data visually in using a heat map overlaid on top of a diagram or picture of your actual level. So that means that you can actually see on your levels like where people are dying, where the kills are, what weapons are most effective, and you could use it for any kind of game. For instance, in a racing game, you could see, the speed around the track, where it gets hotter, the redder and redder it gets, it means that's faster. But you can set the range. So if you decide you want to see, 40 to 60, then 60 will be the absolute red and 40 will be the lightest blue. And so, or if you want to see it all, you can see, the fastest speed to least fast speed. You can see where people are overtaking. It's basically, like I said, it's a system that helps our customers actually make better games. And it shows what a mature technology Unreal Engine 3 is, that now it's not just about catching up to individual features, but it's actually about helping our customers make better quality games. The demo we did here, because this is where we have lots of data, was Gears of War. They brought a subset of a couple of days of play of Gears of War, and you could see it was still 5 million events. And you could see that that we're tracking all the different weapons and among all the levels, and we're also tracking kills, deaths. I can't remember what else, but the point is that, so now you can actually see where people are effective with what weapons. You can see when we made changes to the game, we could see the effectiveness of them. So when users can argue on the forum about this weapon is more powerful, that weapon's more powerful, or you get more kills, or it's more effective, we actually can analyze that data now visually, and we can go and tweak the levels and tweak the placements and then see how it happens. So we're actually running it out in the field right now with Gears of War 2 all the time, and we have an LSP that runs, it's a special kind of Xbox server that runs inside Microsoft's firewall and feeds the data back to us. And we give all that code to our licensees as well, so they're able to use that for their games. But it's cross-platform. It's not just a Gears thing. It's really an engine-wide thing for any kind of game. We have the $1 million Intel Make Something Unreal contest. It's been hugely successful. We have some really fantastic mods. And people are just creating amazing stuff. And users can go to www.makesomething.unreal.com. In addition, we just launched a new version of the game for PlayStation 3, and we have one of the new features, and the free update, of course. One of the new features in this latest version is a mod browser. And so we've selected a lot of the really good mods from the contest, and you just go to the mod browser, you go through your list box, and you just choose the mods you want, and installs it. Goes, downloads them, installs them, and you just go in and play. So we've made the mods available to a lot more people and made them easier to get, and there's just some really, really great stuff. There's this 2D side-scrolling one. Today I saw one called Ghetto Golf that's going to be entering. They're not in the contest yet. They're going to put it in the contest. It's like a complete game, and it's just fantastic. So we've had a lot of success with that. The guys who won our last contest, Red Orchestra, sold over 350,000 copies of that game. And it was a winner of Make Something Unreal mod contest. Being able to update the game and put in the mod browser, which I recommend everybody try, just means that it's a lot easier to get. In the past, you had to go and download them, put them on a USB stick or whatever kind of media you could load into your PlayStation 3, and then install them yourself, which wasn't very difficult, but now we made it really easy. So a lot more people are playing the mods and are running servers for the mods. And we also, one of the things we did somewhere between the original release of the game and the patch before this one is we actually released a PC server. You could run on a PC that serves PlayStation 3 games. Like the UT dedicated server will serve either PC or PlayStation 3 users. So it helps a lot to get more people playing the game. In addition, we had, when we brought out the new Titan pack, we basically created an amalgam of the game that's now called Unreal Tournament 3 Black Edition, and we sold a buttload of that on Steam. We were the #1 game for 2 weeks in a row, and it's done really well. And we're really happy that it's kind of nice little resurgence for a game that's a year and a half old or a little older. I think we did a lot of pretty special things, especially the fact that user-created content comes in all sizes and shapes. So it could be just, you taking your car and putting your decals, your predefined decals all over it and getting it the way you want it. It could be, like Little Big Planet, where you taking pieces and building things inside the game, or it could be all the way, like Unreal, where you can create script, you can use our Kismet, you can use our Matinee, you can create cinematics, you can bring in your own sounds, you can do, you can do, sound's a little limited, but on PS3, but you can do pretty much any content. You can write your own code. You can change the user interface. I mean, you really can mold the game to what you want the game to be, and that we're still absolutely unique there. And also being able to go create it on your PC and then bring it on. But yeah, I think user-created content. It's not everybody's going to be a creator, but a lot of people can enjoy the fruits of people's efforts, and that for me that's great. I mean, that's great about Little Big Planet, and even I see, even when you see a golf game and people create their own characters and their own faces, it's still cool. Being able to customize games is cool, and you see Microsoft now has that awesome avatar system, and I think everybody's kind of saying, yeah, users like to do that. They want to make the game their game.
Absolutely.